Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, good morning. In this video, I would just like to express what is on my mind. I would like to speak from the heart. And say whatever that I feel like saying. For my own highest good, for the highest good of my beloved woman, and the highest good of all. I feel like there's just so much that I want to say, yet sharing what I would like to say, to put it very simply, is not easy for me at this time. I tend to choose my words very carefully, and not only that, but being in the process of healing and alchemizing all the darkness back into the light, I'm still finding my voice. I'm still finding my way of speaking naturally and authentically, and depending on how I feel on a given day at a given time is going to influence the way that I express myself. And being aware of these states of consciousness that I'm in, the way that I feel on any given time, becoming aware of how my body feels and how my voice sounds, is helping me to become aware of the different states, the different ways that I feel. And I realize that when I feel like resting and I don't feel like speaking in front of the camera, that it's okay to rest. Like, I was going to create a video every day to make it consistent, and now I realize that I don't want to do that because that's it's too rigid, and it doesn't take into consideration my body's needs and wants. So on some days I might just rest the entire day and that would be just perfect, which is what I did yesterday. I was feeling sick, and the entire day I was just laying on the couch, and I was listening to a lot of very beautiful songs and watching those videos on the TV, and that was my way of allowing myself to rest and heal and recuperate. So I'm getting and I have practiced listening to my own body for a long time now. That's what the entire spiritual journey has been teaching me, and now I'm just refining that process of doing what I want and listening to my own body. So I was gonna also make videos on a particular topic, but for now I think it'll be better to just create videos as if I'm creating a video blog, as I'm creating a vlog, documenting what's going on with me, and in the process I will be sharing insights and wisdom. But in this phase of me healing and recovering and finding my authentic self, I think it would be better for me to just create these vlogs, video blogs in this phase. That way I can share whatever I'm feeling and expressing the wisdom that I would like to express more authentically, because I won't have that need to structure my thoughts and the way that I express myself around one single topic. Yet at the same time, I would like to develop that skill of talking about a single topic and just focusing on it and speaking about it in my own natural, authentic way. So I will practice doing that while creating video logs. And before I sat down to make this video, I was thinking about making a video on my psychedelic experiences, trip reports. And I might just share some of my experiences with magic mushrooms, ayahuasca, shamburi, and jurema. And I also want to start sharing about who I am, where I come from, where I was born, and what my life has been like for many years living in the United States. So my name is Vladimir. That is the name I was given at my birth, and I was born in Russia, in a city called Novosibirsk, in Siberia, in the southern part of Siberia of Russia. Novosibirsk literally translates as New Siberia. Novo means new, Sibirsk, Siberia, Novosibirsk. And I was born in Novosibirsk together with my fraternal twin brother Roman. I was born first, and my twin brother Roman was born about 15 minutes after me. So I am 15 minutes older than my brother. And our family and my brother, we all lived in Novosibirsk, in Russia, Siberia for my brother and I, we lived in Novosibirsk for 14 years. And when we were 14, we moved to Atlanta, Georgia, United States, to live with our grandparents and aunt. And after 2 years, we moved to San Diego with our mom and dad. And my brother, me, my mom and dad, we are all here in San Diego now. That is a very short version of it. Here I am in my brother's apartment. about 25 years later, after moving to Atlanta, Georgia at 14 years old. What a journey it has been. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, what a journey. What a journey, ladies and gentlemen. During my time, growing up in Russia, in Novosibirsk, life was amazing for the most part. My brother and I were very adventurous kids. We loved exploring the world around us. And I remember our life as being very rich in adventure, excitement, games, fun, playfulness, drama, something always happening. And there are many factors that have allowed us to experience life in that kind of way. You see, the infrastructure in Russia, especially the place where we have grown up, was completely different than the infrastructure of the subdivision on the outskirts of the city in Atlanta, Georgia. Because the main factor being the distance. The proximity of things, to put it very simply. So, in Russia, in Novosibirsk, where we have lived, it feels so strange talking about this. It's like I've been asked this question so many times by people. Yeah, it feels like this is the first time I'm actually telling the story, and I'm like in the process of learning how to tell a story in my own kind of a authentic, unique way. So bear with me while I'm still figuring out how to tell a story in the most beautiful way possible that is true to my heart. And that is actually I'm trying to find this place where it's enjoyable to speak for myself. So yes, I am sharing this story with others by making this video, but I'm doing it primarily for myself, just to start integrating my entire life, to start remembering, bringing back memories about how my life has unfolded over the 39 and a half years that I have been alive. And I feel like right now is a very important time to start integrating. I feel like it's important time, and I have already been integrating for a long time. It's just that right now is different because I I have finally arrived after all this time. And by that I mean I know my truth and I know who I am. And I know that I am forever safe. And that means I am at peace. That means I can rest. That means I can do whatever I want. I am liberated. I am free. And I am in paradise beyond anybody's happiest childhood memories. And the embodiment the embodiment of the beauty that I have realized, that I have uncovered, the beauty is so profound that it's going to take time to embody the beauty. And it's most likely that the embodiment of the beauty that I am is infinite. So it's going to be, I'm gonna keep embodying it to infinity forever. It's endless, infinite beauty. And right now, I'm in the beginning stages of embodying that beauty, which is what I'm doing with every single video that I'm making. I am embodying the beauty of who I am deeper and deeper and deeper. And I'm doing it through I'm embodying the beauty of who I am in all kinds of different ways, because, well, I just love variety. I love dancing, I love singing, I love speaking about who I am. And I love drawing. I love drinking cacao. So this variety of creativity, this variety of artwork is what's helping me to create this synergy effect of embodying the beauty of who I am deeper and deeper and deeper. And it can also be me just resting on the couch all day long. That is also a way for me to listen to the body, be at peace while resting, and know that healing, that profound healing is happening while I am at rest. That I don't have to be active creating these videos every single day. So it's a balancing act, because I do realize that I still would like to practice speaking in front of the camera. I still would like to practice opening up my voice, singing, and continue to master the art of communication, the art of speaking beautifully. So living in Russia, in Novosibirsk and Siberia, and then living in Atlanta, Georgia. So living in Novosibirsk for 14 years, living in Atlanta, Georgia for 2 years right after Novosibirsk, and then moving to San Diego, where I have been living for 23 years. That gives me a great understanding about different worlds, and not even a perspective of somebody who has traveled to a different location. My experience of actually living in Russia, in Novosibirsk, for 14 years, growing up in Russia and being fully immersed into Russian culture, Russian language, Russian infrastructure, Russian stories, Russian mythologies and fables and songs and poetry and books, being surrounded by Mother Russian reality of Mother Russia, being growing up as Russian in a Russian family, and then moving to Atlanta, Georgia, which is like, and not in the city of Atlanta, Georgia, in the suburbs, on the outskirts of the city, in a subdivision of that kind of place, and then feeling and experiencing what it's like to be thrown into a completely different world with a completely different infrastructure, with a foreign language that I could not understand, and my brother, we did not understand English because we studied French as our second language in Russia. And people look different in Atlanta, Georgia. We have never seen black people before in our entire lives, and there are a lot of black people in Atlanta, Georgia. It's just a fact. In fact, a lot of the black people became our good friends in the Macintosh High School. I feel like a lot of integration is happening right now. A lot of healing is happening as I start speaking and sharing about my life story. Like, it's something that I wanted to share for a long time, because the story is so rich. It's full of adventure, drama, it's the most spectacular and epic adventure. Literally, the most epic and spectacular adventure that you have not seen in any Hollywood movie. So right now, as I'm sharing about my life and who I am, the story may be, I may be jumping around a lot, and eventually I will be able to organize my memories, my the way that I tell a story in a better way, so that I can tell the story in a more compact way, in a more focused way, in a more organized way. But for now, I'm just allowing myself to practice. So that's what I'm doing. That's the kind of style that I would like to speak with right now. So when we came to Atlanta, Georgia to live with our grandparents and aunt, we moved into an apartment, and this apartment complex had a swimming pool, and the way that I felt when I walked into the apartment, I was like, there was a lot of expectations that my brother and I had about what the United States of America is was going to look like, and we imagined that we will be showered with gifts, that we will be riding bicycles and rollerblading, and we would see skyscrapers and all the beautiful supermarkets and toys and video games. All of that would become, all of our dreams would come true that we had as kids. And that kind of a fantasy, that imagination about America that we had was influenced a lot by the American movies that we've seen, such as Terminator. I don't know if Terminator is a good example. I mean, we grew up watching movies like Rambo, Terminator, Bloodsport, Silver Bullet, King Kong, The Fly, Freddy Krueger. Those are just some of the movies that come to mind at this time. And we also grew up, especially me, playing video games. Atari, Dandy, Sega, and then Nintendo. And this idea also about America being full of gifts and has also been, this idea, this imagination about the United States has been influenced by our father going over to the United States and then coming back and bringing a lot of gifts